Assalamu alaikum, family. How y'all doing this afternoon? Hope that y'all are doing well. It's been about 12 days since I've been on here. I took a bit of a hiatus last week. This was one to sort out some things. Nothing serious, but sometimes you just gotta take a break. And so last week I took a little brief hiatus. But in the event, I'm back at it. Good to see y'all. Hope y'all been doing well. Hope you had a blessed and wonderful weekend this past weekend. Yesterday was Mother's Day, but in Islam, every day is Mother's Day. We're taught to honor our mothers every day, not just on some special day, the second Sunday in the month of May to honor our Mother's Day. I mean, honor our mothers. We honor our mothers every day. Not like I said, not on the second Sunday of May. But in any event, hope you had enjoyed yesterday. Those who had mothers, hope you're able to spend the day with them. You should spend each and every day with them or as much as possible. Hope you had a blessed and wonderful weekend. To all the mothers out there, happy belated Mother's Day. Hope you ladies enjoyed the weekend. Hope you enjoy every day that Allah has blessed you to be a mother. Hope you have a blessed and wonderful day today. We know what they say about Mondays. We're not going to throw it out there. We're not going to even put that in the universe. But we know that each day that Allah allows us to see is a good day because without Him, we don't have the fiber of our being. So all praises are due to Allah for allowing us to see another day. In the likelihood that you're having one of those days, because we know that in this life, a little rain must fall. Always remember this. Tough times don't last, tough people do. Keep your hope, trust, and faith in Allah God, and He will see you through. I could definitely bear witness to that. So, getting to the topic for this video, yesterday was the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's 92nd birthday. 92nd trip around the sun was on yesterday. And all praises due to Allah. We cannot thank Allah enough for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Thank you for this divine servant, O Allah. 70 years of service. 70 years. This divine servant has put his life on the line to fight for freedom, justice, and equality for the Black community. 70 years. A lot of us wasn't even thought of then. I know I wasn't. My mom was a baby. Well, she was born, but she was a baby 7 years ago. My dad was what, 3 or 4 years old. My mom was a year, I think. So about as long as most of our parents has been alive, this man has been on the front lines. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Salute to you, sir. Salute to you, dear sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We cannot thank you enough for the job that you have done for our community. Not just here in the United States, but around the world. A good brother of mine said that Minister Farrakhan is a national treasure, and he is. As far as Black people are concerned, he is a national treasure. And we see that, last week, a pope, the conclave, they selected a Black pope. He has, I guess, Haitian and Creole roots. But as far as we're concerned, Minister Farrakhan is above the Pope. He's revered in the Black community, above the Pope. The Pope don't mean a damn thing to us. The Honorable Minister Farrakhan, he's like royalty to us. Him and Mother Khadijah. We love them. And I just, words cannot express how appreciative I am of the Honorable Minister Farrakhan. That man helped save my life. When I came into the net, before I came into the Nation of Islam, I wasn't eating right. I'm still a work in progress. I was eating slave food, seafood, pork, things of that nature, smoking and drinking. I stopped doing that when I came into Islam. And all praise is due to Allah for that. He's changed my life. And I'm still a work in progress. There's still some things I need to iron out, but I'm not where I used to be. And I thank Allah for that. I thank Him for it. I am not where I used to be. And thousands of brothers and sisters have that same testimony. They're not where they used to be. No, we're not perfect. Of course, we're not perfect. We're striving for perfection. We're striving for it. But by the help and grace of Allah, He will get us there. Hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button now. Hit the subscribe button so you get notifications whenever I do videos on here. So I just thank Allah for His divine servant, the servant of Master Fard Muhammad. Let me say that again. Master Fard Muhammad, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, and the honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. That's the Trinity. Master Fard Muhammad, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, and the honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. That's the Trinity. We know and we're taught that Allah God revealed Himself in the person of Master Fard Muhammad in 1930. This man traveled 6,000 miles to save a people who were lost, who had been lost in this wilderness called North America. He had the image of a white man. His father was black. His mother was white, but he was a light-skinned man. And what does the Bible say? That Jesus will come in and as a thief in the night. That's what Master Fard Muhammad did. He came as a thief in the night, because if he would have came as a dark-skinned man to save us, it would have aroused suspicion. But he didn't. But that did not happen. It was not permitted. He gave his message. He gave his mission to the most honorable Elijah Muhammad in 1930. He taught him night and day. Then in 1934, he departed. Notice I didn't say he died. He departed from us. Master Fard Muhammad. We cannot thank Allah enough for coming to save a people like us. We cannot thank Allah enough for bringing up a messenger among us to save our people. I'm speaking of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. This man right here. This is a final call edition from 3 weeks ago. Resurrection and Reformation. And this is Elijah Muhammad right here, image of him, and he's saving a brother. Y'all see that? Muhammad's teaching of self-help, resurrection and reformation. We cannot thank Allah enough for him, the messenger, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And he taught. He had a divine servant, an honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. He taught him. He said, I would never teach another minister like the way I taught Brother Malcolm. But he taught the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan more. He raised him up. And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has done an impeccable job of rebuilding the Nation of Islam. Because after the messenger, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, departed from us. Notice again, I did not say die. He departed from us in 1975, 50 years ago, a year before I was born. He departed from us. His son, Warith Deen Muhammad, took over the reins. He brought it, and it was a tumultuous time in the Nation of Islam. Um, he brought in white people. He brought in the American flag. That's right. He brought in American flags in the mosque. A lot of people left the nation and went back out into the world. There was a split. Minister Farrakhan left for a time. He grew out a beard. There's pictures of it. He was discouraged. But about 1978, 1979, that's when he started rebuilding the Nation of Islam. And in 1981, they had their first Savior's Day after the departure of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And he's been rebuilding the nation ever since. And he's done an impeccable job. A lot of y'all have seen the brothers and sisters out there in the community with the bow ties, with the suits, suited and booted, selling the Final Call newspaper. Final Call newspaper, Final Call newspaper, Final Call newspaper. Hear the message of Allah given to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, which is given to him by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. That's it right there. That's it in a nutshell. And we just thank Allah for the Farrakhan family. We know they've suffered a tremendous losses over the last few years. Brother Supreme Captain Mustafa Farrakhan, Sister Donna Farrakhan, the Farrakhan family, Mother Khadijah. God bless that beautiful, beautiful woman of God, who stood by her husband, who's been with her husband for 72 years. 72 years, y'all. And they still going strong. Minister Farrakhan has, I think he said he has great-great-grandchildren. So his grandchildren, Minister Farrakhan's grandchildren, are great-grandparents. Ain't that something? And he looks so young, 92. I saw him in Chicago. I was blessed and honored to see him in Chicago 3 months ago during Savior's Day. He's not able to get around as much because he's wheelchair bound, but he still is a beautiful soul. He still has that powerful voice. Mother Khadijah, she was there. She was at the Children's Village. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful one, lady of God. God bless the Farrakhan family. We cannot thank them enough. I am just in awe of this man, and I have been for over 40 years. And it has not been easy. I compare Minister Farrakhan to Job. Minister Farrakhan has lost property. He's lost children. He's lost money. But God has blessed him 50 times over. He has blessed this man to see 92 years. Do y'all remember? I don't know if many of y'all old enough to remember, but in 1984, Jesse Jackson was running for president of the United States. He ran twice. He ran in 84 and he ran again in 88. But in 84, he ran for president. And he made a comment about New York. He called New York Jaime Town. That's a derogatory term referring to the Jews. Jaime. He called New, and New York has a sizable Jewish population. I think the largest in the nation. But he referred to New York City as Jaime Town. And the Jewish community wanted to come after not only Jesse Jackson, but his family. And Minister Farrakhan defended him. He defended this black man. And Jesse Jackson even apologized. Even after apologizing for that comment, they still wanted to come after him. Minister Farrakhan had the FOI, the Fruit of Islam, provide security for Jesse Jackson and his family against the attack of these devils. And this is what brought Minister Farrakhan to the forefront. This is when he started making TV appearances. He was on Nightline in 84 with Ted Koppel. I don't know if many of y'all are old enough to remember, but Ted Koppel used to host Nightline. And Minister Farrakhan was on there giving interviews. Minister Farrakhan gave a lecture at Madison Square Garden in 85. Yeah, 85. He had gave one in Los Angeles at the Great Western Forum, and then he gave one at Madison Square Garden that same year. I think maybe a month or two later, but it was in 85. And members of the Jewish community marched and protested outside of Madison Square Garden. They were screaming, "Who do we want? Farrakhan. How do we want him? Dead." It's video of it. Outside of Madison Square Garden in New York City, the world's most famous arena, home of the New York Knicks, home of the New York Rangers. Great events have happened at Madison Square Garden. They protested outside that arena. Who do we want? Farrakhan. How do we want him? Dead. They were calling for the minister's death. Minister Farrakhan has never, ever, ever told any of us to go out and harm people. He has never done that. He has never preached hate. But he has been deemed a hater. He hates the Jews. He hates homosexuals. He hates these people. No, that is not true. I want someone to prove to me that Minister Farrakhan has gone out and told his followers to go out and hurt people, to kill people. I want someone to provide proof of any lecture that he has said where he said go out and harm the Jewish community, or where he said that he hate gay people, that he hate the Jews, or hate the LGBTQ plus IA community. Where has he said that? He has not. That he hate white people. What he has said is that we want freedom, justice, and equality, and we can only get that by uniting with each other, by loving each other first and foremost. Not going out here integrating, not going out here marrying outside of our race. We need reconciliation amongst ourselves. We need to build with our own, first and foremost. Everybody feels this way. The Asian community feels this way, but they're not called haters. White people feel this way, but they're not called haters. The Jews, especially the Jews, they want to stick with their own. The Latino community, but are they called haters? No. When black people want to stick with their own, love their own, build with their own, demand freedom, justice, and equality, we're deemed haters, racists. Am I right or am I absolutely right? And that's all that Minister Farrakhan has been teaching us. He's been teaching us the spiritual side of Islam. From this book here. Oh, and also this book. Self-improvement. Y'all see that? And also this book. The restrictive law of Islam is our success. He is a great teacher. But there would be, make no mistake about it, there would be no Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan without the most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. There would be no Brother Malcolm, as great as Brother Malcolm was. There would be no Brother Malcolm X without the most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. There would be no Muhammad Ali, as great as brilliant and greatest brilliant as he was. We know he was great in the ring, but Muhammad Ali was a brilliant man as well. His brilliance would never have been without the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. If you don't, I dare you to prove me wrong. I dare you to prove me wrong. Again, without the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, the messenger, Allah's messenger, the Christ, that's right, I said it, the Jesus, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, there would be no Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. There would be no Brother Malcolm X. There would be no Muhammad Ali, the brilliance of Muhammad Ali. There would be no Brother Dr. Khalid Muhammad. There would be no Brother Dr. Wesley Muhammad. There would be no Brother Riza Islam, no Brother Ben X. No Sister Dr. Ava Muhammad. May Allah be pleased with her. May Allah be pleased with Brother Malcolm. May Allah be pleased with Brother Dr. Khalid Muhammad. So many others. May Allah be pleased with Mother Tanetta Muhammad. So many of these great brothers and sisters in the Nation of Islam, we would have never heard about them. We would never have known about their brilliance had it not been for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, God's prophet, the messenger. This man right here on the cover of this book. This man. I cannot be more clear about that. And I love the minister. We all do. But you cannot love the fruit and hate the tree. I'm going to repeat that again. You cannot love the fruit and hate the tree. And that tree is the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down, hit the subscribe button so you get notifications of whenever I do videos on here. We thank God for our minister. We thank God for him. 92 years young. He said at Savior's Day back in February that this was going to be his last Savior's Day. He told us that. He told the believers that. He said, this is going to be my last Savior's Day. And he also said at the graduation of the FOI and the MGT, he said, I've come to your graduation, but you have come to my graduation as well. I've listen to what he said. I've come to your graduation, but you have come to my graduation as well. Meaning he's graduating somewhere else. He's done the work. He's graduating. And that was a profound statement. God bless our minister. Who could call 1 million black men to gather on the National Mall in Washington, D.C., and over 2 million show up? Again, I ask, who could call 1 million black men to show up on the National Mall in Washington, D.C., and over 2 million black men show up? What was it? 2.2, 2.3 million? And then they tried to undercount it. There was not one fight, not one incident. I know people in my family who attended the Million Man March in 1995. It'd be 30 years ago this October, October 16th, 1995, the National Day of Atonement, the Million Man March in Washington, D.C. He called for 1 million black men and 2.2, 2.3 million show up. And not one brother, I don't even think a brother stepped on a brother's foot. If he did, it wasn't purposely, but that was unity. And who could do that but the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan? Al Sharpton couldn't do it. Jesse Jackson couldn't do it. The NAACP couldn't do it. The National Urban League couldn't do it. SNCC couldn't do it. The Black Panther Party, well, they're not around. They couldn't have done it. By the grace and blessings of Allah, he allowed the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan to do it and be successful. And people are still talking about it 30 years later. He did another march on the 10th anniversary, I think in 2005. That didn't get much press, but that had a great turnout. And then in 2015, on the 20th anniversary of the Million Man March, in October of 2015, over 1 million showed up for that. That's right, over 1 million brothers showed up 20 years later after the Million Man March. That had a great turnout. But they don't want to talk about that. The justice or else. That's what Minister Farrakhan was saying in 2015. Justice or else. And over 1 million showed up for that. 20 years later. Tell me that's not the grace and blessings of Allah. We love the minister. We will die for the minister. We will defend him. Did y'all know that during the OJ trial in 94 and 95, Minister Farrakhan had the FOI provide security for the jurors? That's right. The jurors who were on the OJ trial, the FOI provided security for them. Not only them, but also OJ's defense team. Johnny Cochran, F. Lee Bailey, Robert Kardashian, who else was it? I had his name in my head. F. Lee Bailey, Robert Kardashian, of course, Johnny Cochran, Robert Shapiro, OJ's dream team. The FOI provided security for them. The FOI provided security for Michael Jackson. That's right, the late great Michael Jackson. May Allah be pleased with him. May Allah be pleased with the late great Johnny Cochran. May Allah be pleased with O.J. Simpson. The FOI provided they provided security for DJ Vlad many times, but that's beside the point. They provided security for Tupac. When Tupac got shot in New York in '94, they were there at the hospital. The FOI, they're the best of the best. They're the best of the best. They're always training. They're honest, dependable, humble, trustworthy. Sharp, razor sharp. They're the best of the best, and they don't have any weapons. The only weapons they have is these and their feet. But they're the best military out there. They're better than the Air Force, the Navy, the Marines, and the Army. That's that's the white man's military, where they go and start fights. The FOI, we're trained not to start fights. We're told, instructed, not to be the aggressor, but if aggressed upon, to defend ourselves. That's what we're taught. And we have the greatest example in the Honorable Minister Farrakhan. And his example, and our greatest example, is the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So I just can't express enough how thankful I am for the Honorable Minister Farrakhan. This man has gone on TV shows. He was on Phil Donahue in the 80s and 90s, telling the truth to America. I watched a video this morning, last night. I think it was back in the 80s, yeah, where the minister was on the Phil Donahue show. And, those white people, they didn't want to hear what he was, they were just so, they called him a racist. They told black people in the audience, because the audience was split. You had white people on one side, black people on another side. That was by choice of the white people. The minister didn't tell them to be separate, but they were telling the black audience members to go back to Africa. So our brother said that. And the minister told them, he said, when you tell us to go back, don't forget where you come from. You wouldn't like it if others tell you to go back where you come from. And where are you from? Because you're not the originators of any place on this planet. You're not the originators. We are. The black man. We're the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, God of the universe. The original man is the Asiatic black man. Again, The original man is the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, gods of the universe. I dare you to prove me wrong. That's us. And that's what we're taught. So I just, wow. And you know, was what I was thinking the other day, and brother Nuri Muhammad, great brother, great brother. Hip hop embraced the Nation of Islam, especially in the late 80s, early 90s. I mean, they were all the lyrics, most of the lyrics in the late 80s and 90s, early 90s, all the rappers just embraced the Nation of Islam. There was a artist out here, a rapper named Paris from San Francisco. He was in the Nation of Islam. He had the fruit of Islam in his videos. Public Enemy, they had the fruit of Islam in their videos. They had the late brother Dr. Khalid Muhammad on their album. May Allah be pleased with him. Ice Cube had the late brother Dr. Khalid Muhammad on his albums, I should say. Poor Righteous Teachers, KRS-One, X-Clan, Brand Nubian, Big Daddy Kane. They all embraced Islam. Rakim, they all embraced Islam and the teachings. And it was spreading like wildfire because there were the teacher, the KRS-One, they were rocking African medallions, talking about how great Africa was, how we descend from kings and queens. The pharaohs were black men. The queens of Egypt were black. How great it is to be black. Be black and be proud. We come from greatness. They were putting that knowledge out there to us. KRS-One, Rakim, Poor Righteous Teachers, Brand Nubian, X-Clan, Public Enemy, Ice Cube, Paris. They all were putting it out there. Rocking the African medallions. Big Daddy Kane, I can't leave him out. Rocking the African medallions. We were getting knowledge of self through hip hop, and the devils could not take that. That's when they introduced gangster rap, calling black women, excuse me for saying this, bitches and hoes, promoting drug dealing to our people, pimping, killing each other. And this is where it's at now. Now it's in turn to homosexuality and drug use. It's just, oh, we have lost our way and we have to find it. But I say all that to say was that the minister is the reason why hip hop embraced the Nation of Islam, embraced the teachings. The minister. We were learning about Malcolm X. That's another thing. People were rocking X caps, X t-shirts. It was being embraced. I didn't learn about Malcolm X in school. I learned with Malcolm X on a public by Public Enemy when I was 12, 13 years old. It took me that long to learn about Brother Malcolm. I had known about Minister Farrakhan because I seen him on TV. I seen the brothers pushing the final call. I grew up in Detroit, which is the birthplace of the Nation of Islam. So I saw the brothers selling the paper, the final call. I remember the sisters had a restaurant in Detroit. The Nation had a restaurant in Detroit that sold. They used to have some great, great fried grouper sandwiches, and they had the bean pies. But I didn't know the significance of it. But I remember seeing them out there on the street, seeing the sisters. I remember seeing all this. But again, I didn't know the significance of it because I grew up in the Church of God in Christ. But I didn't know about Malcolm X, not until Public Enemy, Professor X. And shout out to him. But we were getting knowledge of self. We were getting taught because the schools wasn't teaching us jack shit about our history. We was getting it through hip hop. Those of y'all who old enough to remember, y'all could testify to this. We was getting educated through rap, through hip hop. Ice-T was telling us about the dangers of drug dealing. He was teaching us. We gotta put him in there too, brother Ice-T. And shout out to him. Shout out to all those artists that was preaching knowledge to us. Sister Soldier, that's another, that powerful sister there. Moni Love, Queen Latifah. Yes, we have to honor the sisters of hip hop. MC Light, they were preaching knowledge. That's right, the sisters were too. So shout out to them. We cannot leave them out. Yo Yo. And what happened? Look at where you're at now. Yes, has taken a picture with the minister. So has Kendrick Lamar. Okay, big deal. But they're not acknowledging what the minister is saying to them. Snoop isn't trying to teach these young kids, these young brothers and sisters any knowledge of self. He done sold his soul. You saw him all over the Olympics, wearing that goat chain. That's Bahasaphat. That's a sign of the devil. Because he sold his soul to the devil. Now he has to honor him. So, but I don't care about them taking pictures with the minister. Okay, that's good. That's good ops. That's good optics. But they're not acknowledging the message that they're not acknowledging his message. They're not carrying out his message. So what good is it? Eminem took a picture with the minister. And this man rapped about killing his own mother and killing his baby, his daughter's mother. I mean, so come on. It means nothing. Hip hop has become a deterrent to our community. It's become another tool of white supremacy. 35 years ago, it was educating us on the history of our greatness. Now, it's promoting our demise. Where did it go wrong? I know I kind of um, veered off the path a little bit about the minister, but I was saying all that to say that the minister was very instrumental in hip hop, teaching us about knowledge of self. Because the hip hop community love, love the minister, love the minister, loved them. The pioneers of hip hop, they loved the minister. Arsenio Hall had him on his show. And no, the minister is not why he got canceled. That is not true. I believe that lie. Many of us believe that lie. But that's not why Arsenio Hall got canceled. Arsenio Hall was canceled because his contract was up. I think his contract was for 5 years. He signed a 5-year contract with CBS. And so after that 5th year, that was it. He wanted to move on to other things. So no, again, the appearance of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is not why Arsenio Hall's show was canceled. Arsenio canceled his show, again, because his contract was up. But Arsenio Hall gave the minister the full hour. There were no other guests on that show but the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. He gave him the whole hour. The whole hour. No other guests. And it was a great episode. That's my favorite episode of Arsenio Hall show. Yeah, black books, black bookstores. That's right. That's right, bro. That's right. That's right. Yup. We have one in Detroit called the Shrine of the Black Madonna. I don't know. I don't think it's no longer open, but we have one out here in Oakland called Marcus Books. Marcus Books has some great books, and it's the oldest black-owned bookstore on the West Coast, if not in the country. Marcus Books. I know it's the oldest black bookstore on the West Coast, maybe the nation, but they've been around for a minute. And we need to support black bookstores, black literature. We need to support it. And this is what the minister has been telling us. He got that, he learned that from, again, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Do for self. Stop relying on this other man to do for you. Do for self. Pull your resources together. Love yourself. Love your people. Build amongst yourselves. Love your people first and foremost. We can't have unity with other communities when we don't have unity within ourselves. That doesn't make sense. That's not logical. How are you going to unite with other people when you can't even unite amongst yourselves? That doesn't make good nonsense, as my mother says. It doesn't. Any logical person can see that. So, and name me one black person in 70 years that's been fighting for black people and black people only. Name me one black leader that's been doing the job that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has been doing, who's been doing as much as he's been doing or more. Name me one. Go ahead, put it in the chat. I'll wait. None. None. There has been none who has been doing the work like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. None. 70 years of service from 1955 till now. That's 70 years, 7 decades. We're seeing Medgar Evers assassinated. May Allah be pleased with them. Brother Malcolm assassinated. May Allah be pleased with him. Dr. King assassinated. May Allah be pleased with him. Lil Bobby Hutton, Chairman Fred Hampton. May Allah be pleased with all of them, all the Black Panthers. Dr. Huey Newton, he died at the age of 47. May Allah be pleased with him. They said from a drug deal gone bad, but I don't believe that. I'm not buying that. Why would Dr. Huey Newton get his PhD and then a year later be caught with drugs, selling, buying crack on the streets of West Oakland? I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it one bit. I think Brother Huey was trying to reestablish the Black Panther Party, and the government seen that, and they set him up to be killed. They killed him, pretty much. But I say all that to say this. Minister Farrakhan has survived COINTELPRO by this government. People attempted to kill him, called for his death, and he's still here. Allah has blessed him. He is a worldwide treasure. That's right, brother. And that's right. The minister preaches the truth to all of us Black people. Name me one Black leader, just one, just one, just one. Y'all can't do it because there is none. And I wonder why. Name me one Black leader that's not compromised or who has been compromised. Other than that, name me a Black, yeah, that's right. Name me a Black leader who hasn't been compromised. Other than the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Who else hasn't been compromised? No one. No one but the minister. He has not been compromised. You cannot trick him with money to sell out his people. Can you say that about Al Sharpton? Can you say that about Maxine Waters? Can you say that about Jesse Jackson? As great as Jesse Jackson is, and he did run for president twice, but Jesse Jackson, he wasn't B1. Can you say that about Barack Obama? I mean, people love Barack Obama. And Jesse Jackson did more for Black people than Barack Obama did. I will give Reverend Jackson that. He did. But Reverend Jackson also was compromised. And we know Obama's been compromised. This man did more bombing missions on African nations than any president in the history of the presidency. That's right. Barack Hussein Obama, Barry Obama, Barry Santoro. Can we say that he hasn't been compromised? Since people love Obama, he's sainthood. Has he been doing the work as the minister? I'll give it to you. And granted, he hasn't been alive long enough. He'd be 64 this year? Has he done 1/10 of the job of the minister? Just 1/10. 1/100th. No. What about Stacey Abrams? Black women love her. Or Kamala Harris. Or what's the brother name the ex-mayor, Cory Booker, Hakeem Jeffries, Barbara Lee, who's now mayor of Oakland. Has any of them done even 1/100th of the job that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has been doing? Yes or no? No. No. The man is not compromised. The man loves Black people to a fault. The minister loves his people. He has an agape love for us. An agape love is a special kind of love. An agape love goes beyond just loving yourself. It's a sacrificial love. That's what agape love is. And that's the type of love that the minister has for the Black community. Not just here in America, but around the world. Around the world, and he's demonstrated it. Going to African nations, going to the Middle East, going to Asia, going to Europe. Well, he's banned from going to England and France, I believe, which is crazy. It's insanity. But particularly the Middle East and African nations. The minister has demonstrated his love. Did y'all know that the late great Colonel Muammar Gaddafi, may Allah be pleased with our brother, the leader of Libya, wanted to gift the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan $1 billion on behalf of the Black community. Did y'all know that? This was back in 1996. Muammar Gaddafi wanted to just give the minister $1 billion back in 1996 for the Black community to help us build businesses. And you know what happened? Y'all, first Black president, Bill Clinton, 86'd it. He would not allow it. That's right. Bill Clinton, Bill Feel Good Clinton, that creep, y'all, first Black president, because he went on Arsenio Hall show and played the saxophone and blew y'all minds away. Y'all called him the first Black president because he was on MTV and he smoked weed, but he didn't inhale. Wow, really? He 86'd it. We don't negotiate with terrorists. We won't allow our terrorists to give funds to or something he said. But he 86'd it. So we could thank Bill Clinton for that. That money would have helped the Black community. $1 billion would have went a long way in 1996. Am I right or am I absolutely right? And the first Black president shot it out the water. Wouldn't allow it. Would not allow it. That's how much respect Colonel Muammar Gaddafi had for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. That was his brother. He didn't respect no other figure in the Western world but the minister. Do you know that Fidel Castro had the utmost respect for the minister? That's right, the late Fidel Castro, may Allah be pleased with him, had great respect for the minister. Also, Fidel Castro was instrumental in the civil rights movement and funding it. That's right, he was. He gave money to Dr. King and to Malcolm X. He had great love and respect for both Malcolm X and Dr. King, Fidel Castro. He loved the Black community and he loved the minister. Like Brother said, he's a worldwide treasure. What other Black leader you know has the respect around the world like the minister? Answer my question. What Black figure do you know just just has that respect? None. None. Zero. Zilch. Not a one. Nada. So again, this man, I can never thank Allah enough for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad for teaching our divine servant, the Honorable Minister Farrakhan, and raising them up to greatness. I can never thank Allah enough. Thank you, Allah, for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Farrakhan. We thank you. Because, like I said earlier, there will be no minister without the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And yes, Gaddafi was a real one. And Malcolm X, yup, I heard about that. Castro took it hard. Obama, one big ass mistake, Afro Americans. I like that. But yeah, oh my gosh. What more can I say about the minister? Damon Wayans did a skit about um, the minister called The Wrath of Farrakhan, where he took over the Starship Enterprise and he sent Captain Kirk, who was portrayed by Jim Carrey, he sent him to his room crying. Go to your room. Put your puny weapon down and go to your room. And Captain Kirk goes to his room crying. And the minister and the Fruit of Islam take over the Starship Enterprise. That just shows you that they wasn't making fun of the minister, like a great brother of mine said. They weren't making fun of the minister. They were just showing you how powerful he is to take over the universe. And like I said earlier, the Black man is God of the universe. And In Living Color knew it because it did a skit about it. Again, the Black man is God of the universe. Minister, and I wondered about that too. I wondered about that. I wondered how did he feel about those skits? And so he loved them. Okay, that makes sense. The minister has a great sense of humor. I always wondered, about how do you feel about that. But that's good to know. Um, he did another skit where it was a 1-900 number that you call white people could call. It was called 1-900 White Guilt. 1-900 White Guilt. And Jim Carrey, and he played a character and his wife, and they called because they exhibited some racist tendencies. And so when they called, Minister Farrakhan was on the phone, and they told him what they did, and he said, "Is it because you repressive devil?" And he just went in on them, and the skit was called 1-900 White Guilt. It was great. It was great. But that just shows you the power of the minister. And that would not have been without the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. We have got to give him credit, y'all. We have got to give the messenger credit. because he raised up a great servant, a great minister, the greatest minister ever, in the most honor in the honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So we thank Allah for those two men. And happy 92nd birthday, Minister Farrakhan. I love you. Thank you for everything that you've done for our people. Thank you for everything that you've done for me. Continue to do for me. It was great seeing you at Savior's Day in Chicago back in February. I thank God for you, your family, your mother, Khadijah Muhammad, great woman of God, your beautiful family, the beautiful brothers and sisters in the nation. I cannot thank you enough, Brother Minister. I thank Allah for you every day. I do. Thank you. Thank you, brother, for what you have done for our community. Thank you, Brother Minister. I love you. And on behalf of everyone who's tuning in, we love you. And let's just in the chat, those who are in the chat, just put in there, happy birthday, Minister Farrakhan. Show him some love. Show him how much we love him. We love you, Brother Minister. We love you. We thank you. We just thank you. We thank your teacher, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, for you. We thank Allah for you. So if y'all can, just type in the chat, happy birthday, Brother Minister. Or if you see it later, just type it in there. It'd be greatly appreciated. On that note, I'm going to hop off of here. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Continue to have a blessed rest of your day, and I will talk to y'all soon. Also, hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button now. Share this video. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that, smash that thumbs up button down. Show your support for my YouTube channel here, my videos. It'd be greatly appreciated. Drop your comments in the chat below. Let me know what you think. I don't know why anybody would disagree with this video, but for those who do, that's fine and dandy. In your disagreement, and especially on this one, use logic, common sense, facts, and respect. Use your facts. Because it's going to be hard to dispute what I said in this video, but do your best. But let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable. Share this video, share it, share it, share it. Let's have a conversation. Support my YouTube channel here. Be greatly appreciated. I need y'all love and support. Y'all have a blessed and wonderful day. Brothers and sisters, y'all be safe out here. Beware and be aware, because we know Satan comes to kill, steal, and destroy now more than ever before. So please, beware and be aware. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in, and I will talk to y'all soon, inshallah. Have a blessed and wonderful day. And thank you. Happy birthday, Brother Minister. We love you. We love you. And may Allah allow you to see many more. May He continue to bestow His blessings upon you. All right, I'm out, y'all. Assalamu alaikum.